Have you ever felt chosen? Like there's a divine purpose, a destiny that you're meant to fulfill? Our journey begins with that question, and it's a question that echoes through the ages. Consider Moses, a man born into slavery, raised in a palace, who found himself shepherding in the wilderness. Yet he was chosen to lead a nation to freedom. Or Esther, a young woman of humble beginnings, who became a queen and saved her people from genocide. They were chosen, plucked out of obscurity, by a divine hand for a purpose greater than they could have ever imagined. But what does it truly mean to be chosen? It's more than a feeling. It's a reality, a divine appointment with destiny. You see, the stories of Moses and Esther are not just histories. They're echoes of our own lives. Their journey of being chosen, of stepping into a divine purpose, mirrors our own. We may not part seas or save nations, but each one of us in our own way is a chosen one. Being chosen doesn't mean life will be easy. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness, and Esther faced the threat of death. Yet through their struggles, they were prepared for their purpose. Their hardships were not punishments, but the crucible in which they were shaped and refined. In the same way, our struggles, our silent seasons, are not signs of abandonment, but rather divine preparation. We are being molded, shaped, and refined for the purpose we are chosen to fulfill. So if you've ever felt chosen, know this: you are not alone. You're in the company of Moses, Esther, and countless others who have walked this path before you. And just like them, you too are chosen for a divine purpose. It's a purpose that goes beyond your current circumstances, beyond what you can see or understand. It's a purpose that will not only transform you, but also those around you. Just like Moses and Esther, you too are chosen for a divine purpose. So hold on tight, because this journey is just beginning. Do you find yourself in a season of struggle, seemingly stuck in a cocoon? Just as the caterpillar retreats into its cocoon, so too are we sometimes shrouded in periods of hardship and waiting. Yet, within this cocoon, a profound transformation is taking place. You may feel like you're in the dark, cocooned in silence, isolated and struggling. But let me assure you, this is no ordinary time. It's a sacred season of preparation, refinement, and metamorphosis. Consider the life of Joseph, a biblical figure who endured years of trials and tribulations. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused and imprisoned, Joseph seemed to be in the darkest of cocoons. Yet, within this cocoon, his character was refined, his faith was tested, and he was prepared for a destiny even he could not have imagined. This cocoon season is not just about enduring hardships. It's about harnessing these struggles, using them to grow, to transform, to prepare for the next chapter of your life. Much like a caterpillar in its cocoon, you are being reshaped and strengthened. You're being prepared for flight, for a breakthrough that will see you emerge stronger, wiser, and more empowered than ever before. Remember, the cocoon is not a prison, but a chrysalis. It's not a place of confinement, but a chamber of transformation. It's not a punishment, but a preparation. You are not being held back, but being set up for a divine unveiling. So embrace this cocoon season. Welcome the silence, the solitude, the struggle, for it is within this cocoon that the old self dissolves and a new creation begins to take form. It's where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, the natural becomes supernatural, and the impossible becomes possible. The cocoon season is not a punishment, but a preparation for the great things to come. So hold on, dear one, for just as surely as the butterfly breaks free from its cocoon, so too will you break free from yours. And when you do, you will soar. Have you ever felt like you're wandering in the wilderness, unsure of who you are or where you're going? This feeling can be unsettling, even frightening. Yet throughout history, the wilderness has often been the stage for profound transformation. Consider the Israelites, a people who knew the wilderness all too well. They spent 40 years wandering, shedding the identity of slaves they'd worn for centuries in Egypt. The wilderness was their crucible, a place of trial and change, where they would forge a new identity as a free and chosen people. In the wilderness, there are no distractions, no false comforts. It's you and the vast, uncharted expanse. It can feel like a harsh, barren place. But it's also a place of raw, unfiltered truth. It's in the wilderness that we come face to face with ourselves, stripped of the trappings and illusions of our old identities. The wilderness forces us to confront our fears, our weaknesses, and our past. It's a place where we must face the harsh realities of who we were and the beautiful potential of who we could be. As we wander, we shed the layers of our old selves, the beliefs that held us back, the habits that kept us in chains. In the wilderness, we learn to rely on something greater than ourselves. We learn to trust in the divine, to lean into the uncertainty, knowing that we are guided even when the path is unclear. We learn to find strength in our vulnerability, to see the beauty in our brokenness. In the wilderness, we are reshaped, refined, and reborn. We emerge from this crucible not as the person we were, but as the person we were always meant to be. We find our true selves, our true purpose in the wilderness. The wilderness is not a place of loss, but a place of discovery and identity transformation. It's where we shed the old and embrace the new. It's where we find our true selves and step into our divine destiny. It's where we realize that we are not just wanderers, but chosen ones on a sacred journey. The wilderness is not a place of loss, but a place of discovery and identity transformation. Are you feeling the weight of a heavy mantle, unsure if you can carry it? You're not alone in this feeling. Consider the story of Job, a man of great faith who faced incredible trials. You see, Job was not punished. Instead, he was being prepared for a mantle he was destined to carry. Just like Job, the trials and tribulations you're currently facing are not punishments, but rather they're divine preparations. They're the fire that tempers the steel, the sandpaper that smooths the rough wood. Each challenge you face, each hardship you endure is shaping you, molding you, refining you to carry a mantle of spiritual authority. This mantle is not a physical robe you wear, but a spiritual one. It's a symbol of the divine favor and authority you've been granted. It's the responsibility you've been given to influence others and fulfill God's purpose. It's heavy, yes, but only because it carries the weight of divine purpose and destiny. You see, the mantle you're being prepared for is not just for you. It's meant to impact generations to come. The authority you wield, the influence you exert, is not for personal glory, but for a greater purpose. It's for a legacy that extends beyond your lifetime. It's for a cause greater than yourself. So, in your moments of doubt when the mantle feels too heavy to bear, remember Job. Remember his trials, his tribulations, and most importantly, his triumph. For in his story, we see that the weight of the mantle is not a burden, but a testament to the strength and authority we've been given. Each challenge you face, each hardship you endure is not a punishment, but a preparation. It's the divine process of tempering the steel, of smoothing the rough wood, of preparing you to carry your mantle of spiritual authority. And so let's embrace this season of preparation. Let's face each trial with faith, each tribulation with courage, for we know that they are not punishments, but preparations. Preparations for the mantle we are destined to carry. The weight of the mantle is not a burden, but a testament to the strength and authority you've been given. Do you feel like you're being remade, transformed into something beyond your current self? This is the core of the supernatural transformation. It's not about small changes or minor improvements. This is about a complete metamorphosis, a radical shift, a rebirth into something entirely new. Consider the story of Daniel. Daniel was a young man of noble birth, taken captive and carried away to a foreign land. Yet, in the midst of this upheaval, he did not merely survive, he thrived. He didn't just adapt to his circumstances, he was transformed. He went from a captive to an advisor of kings, from a foreigner to a man of influence. But this was not a simple improvement. Daniel was not just a better version of himself. He was remade entirely, shaped by his experiences, his faith, and divine intervention into a vessel of divine glory. This is the transformation you're going through. Like Daniel, you're not simply improving or becoming a better version of your old self. No, you're becoming someone even you never imagined. You're being reshaped, remade, and reborn into a whole new creation. This transformation is not a process of polishing or refining. It's not about smoothing out rough edges or correcting minor flaws. It's a complete overhaul, a radical reconstruction. It's about stripping away the old to make way for the new. You're not merely being improved, you're being remade. You're not just becoming better, you're becoming different. You're not just growing, you're transforming. You're not just changing, you're metamorphosing. Just like Daniel, your transformation is not about your comfort or convenience, but about your purpose. You're being remade into a vessel of glory, a beacon of light, a conduit of divine power. This is the essence of the supernatural transformation. It's not about becoming a better version of your old self. It's about becoming a brand new creation, a vessel of divine glory, a force for good in the world. The transformation you're experiencing is not a process of improvement, but a complete remaking into a new creation.